you feel after that race?
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a weird feeling. I'm a little sad because I think I gave up a little at the end there when it was like right in my grasp. But Parker's incredible right now. He's in great form. He beat me fair and square. Not only that, he pulled me the entire way. So that was his to win. And if the numbers are in his favor, he deserves to go. And if the numbers are in my favor, I still honestly think he deserves to go. But if they go in my favor, I'm going to take that spot. Like, I think I can represent the United States really well. I'll go out there and hurt for all of us. But whichever way it goes, I think we got a really good number 3 going to Paris.
Can you talk a little bit about just since last winter, like the injury, like coming back and getting back to this level?
Yeah, I mean, that was really tough. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do, especially with where I was at, coming off that race indoors. I really thought I had a good chance to come out here and, make the Olympics. And then, knocked off my feet for a couple months. And it was evident, you come back. I don't think I was necessarily not at 100%, but just some of my competitors. I mean, the extra 2 months of training, these guys are already the elite of the elite, and to give them a 2-month head start on me, that's really hard to catch up back to. In the past few weeks, I felt like I started getting back to where I needed to be, and after the prelim Thursday, I surprised myself, thought I was in a really good spot, and thought I could do something today. And it felt good to go out there and put on something regardless, and I'm gonna be proud of. It might haunt me, or it might be my best race ever. Well, I don't want some arbitrary numbers to decide that. In the end, I'm just happy with the effort I put in out there.
How did you keep up your confidence in that period?
You can't really do that. I mean, my confidence definitely went away, and it's clear. I mean, you can watch back a lot of my racing this year, and you can see maybe a little bit of not cowardice, but just a little carefulness that I wouldn't normally race with. I mean, NCAA's I'm happy with what I did there, but that was a move out of insecurity, not really confidence. It was more of a last-ditch effort to win. Whereas, I knew maybe deep down, I thought maybe 257s at NCAA would put everyone to bed, but that wasn't true at all. So that was kind of a move out of insecurity, and didn't really get my confidence back until after this Thursday. I mean, I'd never closed faster than a 56 in a 5K, much less in a 13:30 race. So to close in 54 there really boosted my confidence. On the outside, it might not look like that being the last qualifier coming in, but for me personally, that was a huge step forward because I consider myself a strength guy, and to be able to kick with all 5 of those guys who I know I've seen them all race, and like I know what they are capable of. To even be on the tails of those guys was I was really proud of that, and it gave me some confidence coming in this race, even with a non-ideal winter.
When you were on crutches or in a boot, like at BU, watching those races during the indoor season, and someone told you, hey, you'll be this close to making an Olympic team, would you believe them?
I think I would. Yeah, I worked really hard that indoor season. I knew I would come out here and put in. I would give the input to get that output, but you don't control the output. So I put in what I had today, and I got 4th place, and I'm pretty proud of that. But still there's some question marks with that performance because I do think, I always think, watching that 3rd place run away from you, it's not a good feeling.
Do you feel like the heat affected the race?
I wanted it to be hot. I went home to Athens, Georgia, after NCAA's, which is one of the best places to train, period. Dirt roads, humidity, great track facilities. So I had everything I needed down there, and I was betting on it being hot. I already have that heat adaptation, from living there for 18 years. But to go back and train maybe for 2 weeks down there just to get a feel for it. I was really hoping it would be hot, and I got that today. It was hot on the warm up, and I was happy about that. And who knows if it affected some guys or not, but I think I was ready for that, if anything.
Were you surprised by the fast early pace, especially when Woody dropped that big surge?
I wasn't really going into expecting anything. I was just expecting weird stuff to happen. So, Woody went ahead, and you get flashbacks to Stillwater cross country a few years ago. After that race when Hicks and the NAU boys went, I was never again. I'm never letting that happen. But today, I feel like I've gotten a little more mature. I knew that might not be able to last out here in 80 degrees at such a fast pace. When we caught back up I think Grant started taking it a little bit. I definitely expected that, because there were some big kickers today, and us 5K guys don't like those 1500 guys. They're a little too good at running, especially in championship races. So you do want to make it a little harder, a little bit more of an honest effort. So I was happy that I didn't have to, be the one doing that. It was nice to have that up front.
I saw your family here. Like, can you just talk a little bit about what it's like to have them here and
Yeah.
how they supported you?
No, it was great. I mean, it was amazing to have them here. They come to all my races, and that's why I run, is to make people feel fine, feel happy, excited, nervous. Like it's an art. I'm not an artist. I wish I was talented enough to do that, but I can run, and I feel like that. If I can make my family happy or make their lives even more exciting watching me, it's great. Not only that, I had a lot of support back home at Athens, in Athens, Georgia. All my sisters, my brother, cousins, uncles, my whole family, and then I have all my friends back home, and I think they were watching, and they were probably, it probably wasn't fun to watch that at the end, but I'm sure they were excited, and that's why I do it. It's just I know I have all those people at home watching, and yeah.
And when you were injured, like, how long were you not running, and like, what were you doing? Were you cross training completely off? Like,
yeah, it was a long time off, just like running on the ground. It might have been like, I don't know the specifics honestly. It might have been 6 weeks of nothing, just biking or swimming, and then another like 2 to 3 weeks of using the Ultra G treadmill. So it's ultimately around I think around 2 months of no run. I mean, it's a standard, bone injury. Majority of runners understand what it takes. I don't want it to be like a sob story because it happens to everyone. It was bad timing, but now I know it's those things are hard to come back from. And I have a lot of respect for people who keep trying, when their bodies just aren't cooperating, because I've certainly had my fair share of that, and I know a lot of people deal with that as well.
Congratulations on your race.